Fight for what's right. Fight.
I still think it's funny.
No, it's not funny. I almost died.
You almost died over an NES game.
Yeah, that's right.
That's so fucking dumb, but I love hearing about it. Alright. So we're going to start this off. Welcome everybody to podcast number 6.
That was a really
This
fast
is
intro.
5, I believe, isn't it?
I thought it was 6.
No, it's 5.
5.
It doesn't matter.
Fucking on the head is
Fucking continuity here.
Nobody's even paying attention.
So Tyler's not here this week. He jumped into a pool, like it was like 2 feet deep, and he dove into it like an idiot.
He
And-
did a
Hang
swan
on.
dive into a 2-foot pool.
Things that hashtag things you do when you're drunk.
Exactly.
Now his face looks like Super Meat Boy.
So we're gonna start us off with a good starter question. Who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
The Rock.
The Rock.
I was The Rock.
You're kind of chubby now. You know,
As I'm stuffing my face full of whatever this green muffin
Is it good?
thing is, it's actually not bad.
It's kind of hard to describe, isn't it?
It is. Like,
I
it
can't
has...
stop eating these horrible
They're
things.
awful. These
They're so
sriracha
bad.
spicy chips. By the way, this wobble on the table is going to be caught. Every single sound it makes. No, when I was in high school, you know when they have Spirit Days? You guys remember they have Spirit Days? Well, we always had, like, back then wrestling was huge. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, The Rock was part of the bad guys. He was a heel.
he was a heel, but
He was
it
a
was like
heel.
he was a lovable heel. Even like
He was a horrible heel because
Yeah.
people loved him.
Hey, did you
And
introduce
you're-
him, by the way?
yeah, Simon.
Okay.
Everybody knows who I am.
I don't.
The Duckosaurus, man.
No one remembers him.
No, nobody cares. So
But yeah, I remember not to cut you off.
hold on, shut up real quick.
I remember
So
watching one sketch.
No, but seriously, like, what was your favorite? Like,
Well, Nick's next.
what was your favorite minute, like, or moment in wrestling? It doesn't matter what your favorite moment was. I'm sorry.
I don't understand this setup.
You wouldn't. You're not a Rock fan. Anyways, for this like Spirit Days, I actually dressed up as The Rock, and I pulled it off because I wasn't fat.
Yeah.
So, but I was a lot shorter.
But I remember like a scene from The Rock. It was like, you know, this is after after the show was over with. They were still shooting to make the fans happy.
Oh yeah,
Him and,
they did that a lot, by the way.
They used to. They don't really do anymore. They kind of like once the show's over, everybody just goes.
No, they don't. What's the last WWE you went to? Stop on the internet, okay? Stop
No,
it.
no. The last one I went to was the. It wasn't the televised one. It was like the reliving WrestleMania one. So it was like
That's
a lot,
weird.
Yeah, it was like a lot of the WrestleMania matches replayed again,
Okay.
in person. It was like once the show was over, they were just left, and I was like, yeah. But
That sounds extremely lame. Like,
Yeah.
if you go to a live show now, I'm sure there's whoever the main guys are stay afterwards. I mean, The Rock stayed like an hour afterwards
Well, I'm
talking
saying
to
like,
people.
it's like him and like Stone Cold did it, and like Stone Cold gave him a stunner. Like he'd do like the flips with it.
That's
like,
the best. No, he was the first guy to do that. He'd like do a double like back over and he'd kick his legs up in
But
the air. It was totally
so
over.
like there was a kid with special needs there, and he made the cameraman pull off his shirt, and he's like, "Hey, pull off your shirt," and then he gave it to the kid with special needs, and everyone's like, starts cheering. He's like, "No, you don't cheer me. I'm the bad guy, but I just do good things." And I'm like, "Fuck, man."
He was an awful heel.
Yeah,
Because
well,
heels, you're really like literally as a person, you're supposed to be like, man, fuck that guy. I hope that guy dies in a fire. You know, like, and people with The Rock, they would chant his name, and he was like, you have to shut up, because he was like, no, you're not supposed to like me, you stupid asses. You know.
Well, even that's like the new guy now is Kevin Owens. Like he's like the big heel. Like, he's John Cena's heel. But it's like Kevin Owens. Literally, he started from the bottom. I remember watching him on Botchamania.
He started from the bottom. Now he's here.
I remember watching him on Botchamania when he was part of CZW, which is like the worst one. But like, he grew to the top. But anyway, Nick.
I'm still stuck in that joke that I just made.
So I just
go ahead.
tuned out the last 3 minutes of you guys talking.
Shut up, Nick.
Nick
Fucking
just-
elitist.
The last time that I fucking cared about wrestling was like in the mid 80s when
Dude,
I was
that's
like
more than
5
me.
or 6 years old.
So what was the best part?
Hulkamania, brother!
Yeah.
Stop right there.
But the thing is, he doesn't exist anymore because they send the N-word, so...
That's where I was going with it. I was hoping for someone to say Hulkamania, like, wait up, that's not a wrestler anymore. They completely expunged him like Chris Benoit. Man,
Chris Benoit doesn't exist. He
That-
never did a crippler crossface. He
for
was
sure-
never the Wolverine.
Shay, you don't watch WWE, you never watch WWE, so you wouldn't know this, but like, so Chris
Wow!
Benoit,
Whoa!
he never,
Whoa!
we already had a free,
I'm
Time
like
out.
30 years younger than all of you.
yeah,
so
he
I
never
know-
watched WWE.
It wasn't a thing that like. It
I
wasn't
was
a thing.
offended by that. I mean,
Why?
it was just very, very, very dismissive of poor Shay.
Well, because, no, we've already talked
Oh,
about this.
okay, yeah. Well,
Ow.
whatever.
Yeah, he and I already talked about
I know,
this.
but I just want
But anyway,
to bust your balls.
so Chris Benoit was like this guy.
There
that
goes the
was,
table again.
He was a, like,
Oh, I don't know.
he was kind of beloved. Like, he was like a beloved, he was a
Who?
face. Chris Benoit, he was a face. Like, he was like part of the WWE, a lot of people liked him.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
was one of the most requested people from WCW when WWE bought it.
Which everybody knows WCW sucks.
Yeah.
and it's always sucked.
You know what sucks? These frickin' sriracha chips.
I-
Stop eating them.
They're so
They're not
bad.
even chips. They're like bad.
It's like
old-
popcorn.
Old popcorn.
But anyway, so
It's
he
so
he,
bad I
he
can't
has
stop.
a mysterious death that nobody knows what happened. And so that Monday, he died Sunday. The Monday, they do like a memorial for 3 hours about him. Like, you know how long he's getting missed and like that. And literally an hour after the memorial, his autopsy comes out. Turns out he killed his wife and kid and then killed himself. And then
Yeah.
literally the same time that came out, they're like, "Who's Chris Benoit? We don't know anyone named Chris Benoit."
Never even heard of him.
Yeah, it was just, it's poor. They're doing the same thing with Hulk Hogan. Like, just because he said the N word, and I don't know if any of you guys ever seen this clip, but there's a clip where Booker T calls him the N word on TV.
We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
I should point out for the record, Stevie Ray, look at this. Take a
So
look.
he does it. That's
It'll
awesome.
be linked. In the,
Oh, definitely link it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
You should show the picture of him calling him.
Yeah,
the
I
N-word.
will. It's like it was one of the first big botches there was on national.
Like
television.
nobody cares about Michael Richards anymore because he said the N word.
I don't even know who that is.
The guy in Seinfeld.
Kramer.
Oh yeah, Kramer. That
Yeah.
was the best.
Yeah.
The thing that pisses me off about it is that,
There goes
okay,
the table again.
he said the N-word, fine. You want to fire him, you want to have good PR, and you want to chastise him for using bad language, fine. But I don't get the whole point of erasing their entire existence and everything they've done.
Since
because of it.
WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
Baseball's doing the same thing with like Barry Bonds and those types
But
of
his
people.
got expunged. He was found. He was acquitted.
What?
Barry Bonds was acquitted.
Okay, it's fine, but Major League Baseball still is trying to erase the memories of him and Pete Rose and all those people.
Mark McGuire, Sam
Sure.
Sosa.
I just imagine, like, fucking
What about Jose
Jean-Claude Van
Canseco?
Damme getting this
Him
fucking
too.
time cop vehicle and going back and, like, fucking split kicking him from existence.
Like that's what it's kind of getting. Like it's really. I can see your point because it's really stupid. It's one thing to say, hey, this person isn't a part of our affiliation. They made this mistake, and this
Yeah.
is why they're no longer part of it. But to go, oh yeah, no, that person never existed. It's like, wait, what?
So what did I just watch all those years?
What
Like,
did- there's WrestleManias with this. I have a Hulkamania shirt. Like,
Yeah,
no, that guy doesn't
no,
exist.
you don't. You don't have
No,
that
you
shirt.
don't have
I-
a
There's those
Hulkamania.
WWE, you do not have that shirt. You take that into their office, they'd be like, hey, why aren't you wearing a shirt?
We got a shirtless man in here for this.
He's like, I wore a Hulkamania shirt today. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
But no, let's like well, they're actually deleting their own positive history by doing this. And
Exactly.
It's like, but the sex scandal, perfectly okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
But the thing is, like, once you say
Because
that,
right now, it's like that meme, man. It's like the meme from Zoolander. Right now, like, you know, race relations, so hot right now. I mean, that's what it is. It's like, if it's racial, it's like,
and it's
whoa,
like
whoa.
there was one that was like killed
Thanks a lot, Obama.
killed a couple hookers, no media coverage. Say the N word, full media coverage.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes
So
these days.
Shay, how was your week?
That was pretty bad.
What'd you do?
I'm just kidding.
Hang on, time out. We didn't get to see what your favorite
Oh,
wrestler
Oh,
was.
yeah. I also didn't get to say
You don't
mine.
get, okay,
Hold
whoa.
on. I also did not get to say mine, by the way, which is the Iron Sheik, because it's easy.
God.
I don't know.
You
that. Oh, Iron Sheik, the
There is-
Taliban
yeah,
member.
that's
okay.
right.
Speaking of Irish Sheik and going back to Hulk Hogan, there was a WrestleMania match where they fought, and the Irish Sheik gets a full-on erection, and he's like, I was
No,
so-
he doesn't.
Yeah, no, bro, he admitted. He was
No,
like,
he doesn't.
Yeah, he was like,
You need to link that
Yeah, I
shit
know,
to the
like-
bio right there.
Literally,
That's
do that.
hilarious.
literally, just go watch Botchamania. Watch
No,
all,
I'm not going to watch
all-
that.
Botchamania? Is that like all the ones that
Yeah,
get
and
fucked up?
they,
Oh,
they,
I'm
had,
watching
they had
that.
that interview on there, and he's like, I was just excited, you know, I got Hulk Hogan in the camel clutch, and he's like,
Oh my
you know,
God.
he's like, what's
That
that?
is so
He's
gay.
like, the guy's like, what's that right there? And he's like, that's 10 inches of man. And I'm like, fucking Iron.
That is so gay.
So
I love that guy.
classic area would be Macho Man, and then it would go up to, and then the next would be Matt Hardy and and the Hurricane, and Bobby
I don't
Lashley.
know. Wait, who's a hurricane?
He was I can't remember his actual name, but he was like the guy who was like a superhero. He had green hair. He was the face to Rock's heel.
I don't even remember
Yeah,
him.
that's what I'm saying. Like, he's forgetting.
Wow.
He lives in a gutter.
And then
I would have thought if anything, you would have gone Mankind.
No, Bobby Lashley's pretty good too. Bobby Lashley's doing.
You were listen. Right now, you're going down to Loserville. I'm not going down there with you.
Bobby
I don't even
Lashley
know
was
who you're
so
talking
good
about.
that they kicked him out because like again was like good with Goldberg.
Wrestling's like he could be making up any of these names.
No,
He could have.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, John Hamm. He's a great wrestler. Wait, wasn't he on fucking that Mad Men show? No, he's a wrestler. Back
No,
in,
no.
Steel
back in
Hammer.
'83.
Bobby Lashley and Bill Goldberg. They are both.
Oh, Bill Goldberg, I
They're
know
both known for not pulling their punches, so nobody wanted to wrestle him, and that's why.
Really?
Do
That's
they,
why
do
they
they punch
got-
in wrestling now? Like I don't know.
They do.
They do
the
like a
punch
loose
style.
hand
Yeah.
punch. Yeah.
But then both those guys are known for not pulling punches and not.
So they'd actually punch you in the
yeah,
face.
and they'd
Fuck
actually
that.
they'd actually hit you with the suplex, like you'd be dropped on your head, and that's why nobody wanted to wrestle him.
No, fuck
and that's
that.
why they got like that's why you didn't really see Bill Goldberg that much because of that. And it was like same with Bobby Lashley because like they didn't fucking.
They were assholes.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck
We have to
them.
mention that there is a cock in his water bottle.
So Shay, what'd you do all week?
Ask me later.
All right, Nick, what'd you do all week?
I tried to play the Street Fighter 5 beta.
How'd that go?
90% waiting, 10% matches.
Who'd you play as?
I tried everyone.
Who's your favorite?
Nash is pretty cool. Nash is
pretty
definitely
OP already. He's pretty fun.
one of the not the hardest person to learn, but definitely requires a lot more technique. I personally go for Cammy for obvious reasons.
I caught someone stream who like their download messed up, and they had Birdie and what's her name?
They got him early, and then like a day later they unlocked him for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was watching Maximilian do it, and I was like, it was so sad to see him because like he streamed for about 9 hours, but maybe 20 minutes of it was Street Fighter fighting. Everything else was Street Fighter for them talking.
It was a funny fucking stream though.
Yeah, it was really good. They added racism, so.
I was like staying up with him via Twitter, and he was just you could feel the sadness in him. He was like, well guys, did this or that,
But
gonna stay on.
Loot Crate, like he had a lot of donations. Like he had 500 one at the beginning, like while they were waiting, and then Loot Crate donated him $133.37.
Why?
Because like him and his wife, like they support Loot Crate, and so like they gave that back to him so he could basically re-scrub for another month.
So back to Nick, like because you've played it. I don't know. Have you played it? So like, what is your like? I watched.
Oh,
my
dismiss Shay again. Wow.
I don't even know what you're saying.
I'm having a stroke over here. Just leave me alone.
How is that new Splatoon DLC?
Okay.
So the back to real video games. I watched my nephew play it, which looked really fun. I mean, this is from this guy has like a $300 fight stick. He's all into it. But like coming from somebody who's like really just kind of at heart, more than most people, I'll say, is like kind of just a gamer. Like, how did you feel about the game? Like, because I was interested. I wanted to ask you earlier, but I didn't have a chance to.
So it's definitely more accessible than Street Fighter 4.
Okay.
Because if you look at Street Fighter 4, it seems to be pick-upable at first, but then when you start learning the meta of it, and you start learning about plinking and one link frame, FADC, and all this other shit, then there's a wall that you hit where if you don't. If you're not good at that, then you'll just get destroyed online.
Yeah.
There's definitely a wall there. Whereas with Street Fighter V, they're trying to bring it back more to the Super Turbo early alpha games where they're making it easier for just people to jump in.
That was my question too. It's like, what would you compare it to the previous?
So definitely, like the damage is a lot higher. I feel
that's
than
what I noticed
Street Fighter
too.
4. So definitely, it's got that Super Turbo aspect to it. One of the things they did remove that used to be in other Street Fighter games is that. I forget what it's called. It's like proximity normals. So basically, if you hit a button, like if you hit a punch button, you're always going to get the same punch no matter what. Whereas in like Street Fighter 4, if you got really close and you hit the punch button, you do a different kind of punch. And if you weren't expecting that, that totally screws up your combos and what you think is going to come out. So they're trying to make it where you will always know exactly what you're pulling off whenever you hit the button.
So they're making it simplistic.
And more accessible. In other words, instead of fighting the mechanics, the mechanics are easier for you to just focus on spacing and the other stuff.
What beats what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
So
cool.
would you do you think the Street Fighter fan base is gonna be like smashed and be like, we're not gonna play Street Fighter 5, we're gonna stick with 4?
I think some people will. I don't know about that. I think
I don't think so.
I think the FGC with Street Fighter is a little bit more accepting. Well, they'll move on to the next installment. I mean, they're definitely. I mean, there's people who still fucking play Super Turbo. So there are still people who will still play
4.
Ultra.
Fuck that.
Because,
Third Strike's the best Street Fighter ever.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
There's still people who still play Ultra because they like it. But if Capcom is going to throw all of their tournament money towards Street Fighter 5, and if people want to stay competitive in the esports, esports now, then they're going to move over to Street Fighter 5. And I don't see Evo. Supporting, but they're not going to do the Smash thing. They're not going to support both. It's going to eventually go to. They may do 1 year. Next year they may overlap. They may have some Ultra and then some Street Fighter 5, but then the year after that, I'm pretty sure they'll go all.
All
Did
5.
you see that article from one of the guys at Evo where he's like, I don't think we should invite Smash players anymore?
I agree.
That's not a thing.
Yeah,
I agree.
was like, because like they're too negative, and I was like, because Simon had this conversation all the time. How like the Nintendo fan base is up there being the worst.
It's
They're
not even
horrible.
the Nintendo fan base. It's the freaking
It
Melee
is.
fan base.
It is. It's Nintendo.
it's-
fan
And
base.
it's not even their premier event. I mean, it's nice that
But
Smash got some acceptance, but what's the other? It starts with the A. It's an ACOM or A something. There's Apex. Apex is the real
Smash
tournament for people who care about Smash. That's what people prepare for, not Evo.
Well, Smash had
because Evo's for real fighting games, and then we've already discussed like Smash is not
a game.
Smash is not only isn't even a fighting game, it's not even really.
It's hardly a game.
It's hardly a game. I mean, so it's weird that it's even at Evo.
So how was your week, Simon?
My week was pretty good. I think one of the highlights was watching, which I mean we were watching on the last podcast, was seeing Evo. And seeing, what happened in the grand final, and
that's the main reason Nick didn't say anything on the last show.
That grand final, though, like I talked to like 10 different people, and they're like, we wish.
I'm gonna go around the table real quick before you say that, because I want to get everybody's opinion. Then I'll do. Well, I don't even have to do mine. But I mean, like, this has never happened. If you guys haven't really like been paying attention or known, it's not even like a super big deal. But it's like basically what happened is in any kind of match, especially in Evo, like there's actually. If you hit the start button, you're DQ'd. Like, that's correct?
If you hit the start button, you're not disqualified. You lose a round.
You lose a
round, or if your stick malfunctions, you lose a round.
Yeah. So with that in mind, watching the grand final, what was it? It was 1-0.
So Momochi was a round up, and he was doing pretty good on the second round. And this would have been tournament point. He would have won the tournament.
Yeah.
And his stick malfunctioned, and so for like 5 minutes, they're just like
more than that.
Their heads are in their hands, and they're talking to tournament organizers.
Not to mention, I want to bring up the point. That nobody would give him a fucking fight stick.
This is what I understand. This is from my understanding. He's sponsored by Razer, so he was trying to play nice by saying, "Hey, does anyone else have a Razer stick?" Because that's what he represents. Who is the sponsor? That's what he represents. No one had a Razer stick. Someone eventually gave him a Mad Cat stick, and Razer was kind of cool about it. On their Twitter, they were like, "Hey, thanks to Mad Cats for
helping us out."
Yeah. And no one's gonna buy a fucking Razer stick anymore.
I know. That's what I thought too. I'm like, wow, that sucks. But like, what's your thought? Because didn't Momochi end up losing?
He did win.
No, he did
Momochi
win.
did win. Yeah.
So Momochi's. But what do you think as far as the other guy? That guy could have said, which he gave Momochi the round, right? Or they?
No. He gave the other guy a round.
Okay.
They even it out and fight out.
They did it, and then it was down to tournament point for both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is that.
So my question is, like, that's never happened.
Not in
grand final.
Yeah.
So, what I would have said, hey, fuck it, mulligan, start over.
That's my opinion too. Like I should have thought they should have threw the match out and restart the match.
Because it's like we'll never know what would have happened in that match.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, destroying it and going over doesn't mean that you do either. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like, okay, this is completely fucked. This deck has been shuffled and there's 5 kings in there.
It doesn't matter how well you're beating because if you watch like the one of the
I beat pretty hard.
one of the KI ones, the guy was down to the last.
That was
pixel.
a masturbation joke.
The one guy was down to his last pixel and he chipped out the other guy. Did you watch the mummy guy? I was like, that was one of the hypest moments, like because the guy was like, he should have been down, it should have been over with, but no, he chipped it out in the corner and he ended up winning it.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things about fighting games too is that it's not just execution, it's not just outthinking, it's a mental game.
It's a meta game.
That when his stick disconnected and they're waiting there for 5 minutes, that fucked both of them up mentally. We don't know if the other guy would have came back and could have won that round. He could run
because he did have momentum. The other dude if I remember correctly,
Momochi had the momentum.
Did
but
Momochi have the momentum?
You never would have known where it could have gone.
To make a reference to real sports for a second, it was like in the 49ers Ravens Super Bowl.
When the lights went out.
Yeah, when the lights went out and the Ravens totally took the momentum away from the 49ers. Sure.
Which was staged. Everybody knows
exactly,
that.
No, Ray Lewis cut the lights and killed some people.
That's exactly it. No, what was the meme? It was like good guy, nice guy Ray Lewis. Lights get cut out, doesn't murder anyone. So I mean, good for him. It's got that going for him. So Shay, if it's not about Melee, never mind.
Well, no, Shay,
it has nothing to do with Melee. I don't even like Melee. I think Melee fans are obnoxious.
So Shay,
here goes the table
if you go with like the Super Bowl, do you think they should have restarted the Super Bowl?
What?
Do you think they should have restarted the Super Bowl? Then?
No, I think that's stupid.
I think it's a different take.
It's a different argument. I was just saying it's
because
a similar,
it's live sports. It's
similar,
real.
And it's a similar comparison though, because like you just said it was a mental thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like
it's all fucking metagame.
Yeah.
So. But I was saying like because like was it like 3 minutes in the third quarter?
Yeah, I mean it was after halftime because it was Beyonce's fault because
because she's so fucking hot.
That wasn't even good.
Those hips.
It was freaking horrible.
Who cares? It's Beyonce swinging around,
like
dancing
real
around.
music and
you guys were like, "Fuck this! I hate half-naked women dancing in front of me
correct.
who are beautiful. Fuck her."
This dude was also bad too.
Who was it? Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. And,
but them sharks though.
The right shark.
The right shark was like, "Fuck the script. I'm doing it. I'm breaking out."
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I'm excited. I want them to like do like Rush or Kiss.
They would never do a band like that because like they did the Who in 2010 or whatever.
And everybody was like, "Who the fuck are these people?"
No, for what it's worth, I thought they did a really good job, but nobody else seemed to.
You need to put an owl right there. Right,
It's because that show.
Put that in
that show had basically no spectacle, which apparently is what the Super Bowl's about now.
It's a giant spectacle.
It's
2010 was the year the Packers won. I remember that shit.
Oh, so 2009 then.
Yeah.
Because the Black Eyed Peas were the other Packers one. I remember because I
that's
walked out of the room
awful.
because it was one of the worst Super Bowl shows
That's
ever.
awful. Remember when Fergie started singing?
Oh God,
we were like
singing in quotes.
Singing
Air
in
quotes,
quotes.
yeah.
Well, the Red Hot Chili Peppers got called on their bullshit too, saying like there's no such thing as wireless instruments.
That's not accurate.
But no, that's what they're saying. Like they're like the.
Oh, that's right, because none of their instruments were plugged in.
Yeah, well that's correct. But
I remember watching that going, that's crazy. They got none of their guitars must be like Bluetooth or something. That's crazy, man.
guitars.
They have fucking Bluetooth audio guitars, man. All right.
I'm
Whatever.
just waiting for them to do all holograms. They're not gonna have.
Yeah,
no
who cares?
access. It's gonna be all dead.
It'd be like
it.
all dead.
Tupac with like fucking Biggie.
Boom.
There we go. That's the whole halftime show.
Boom.
And then they'll bring people that aren't even dead. They'll spend their hologram. It's cheaper to pay for your hologram to actually bring it.
Then
out
for you,
Yeah.
exactly. God
Did you
damn
hear
it.
that story about like how the NFL were asking artists to to pay them to play the Super Bowl?
Because it's such like it's a
Yeah.
like exposure.
It didn't work because no one ended up doing it. But like I thought that
Because
was really...
to me, like, I mean, I don't know about you guys. Like, I mean, I guess I kind of watched it because of Katy Perry, but I mean, to me, like, I change the fucking channel when halftime comes on. I mean, I don't care.
I streamed it in the store and got in trouble for it.
So
What?
fucking dumb. He
When
did.
we
Yeah.
ordered it first and Shield,
I remember, I heard
I
about
streamed
that.
it in the store and I got in trouble for it.
Oh yeah, I remember you getting in trouble.
It's all about the Puppy Bowl.
It's all about the fucking Puppy Bowl.
And the fucking kitty halftime show.
So stupid. Now, what I would watch over and over again was a lingerie bowl.
That's what it should be.
That's what it should be.
It should just be a lingerie bowl.
I think it's sexist to just have men running around in tights hitting each other. Why can't we have women in tights?
Where is fucking Tina the Barbarian at, you know?
Exactly. I mean, have you seen like these women play like football? They're not fucking around. They're out there to kill each other. That's hot. I mean, you can watch it. You can watch it by yourself.
Hey, how come there's no good-looking WNBA players? They're all hideous.
Because the WNBA is not even a sport.
I feel bad.
Just
for
like
those,
esports.
I feel
Yeah.
bad for those women too because I shouldn't because they make more money than I do. But well, some of them. But you know, the thing is like, they work probably as hard if not harder than the men do. Like they love fucking basketball, but it's like who fucking cares?
Well, it's like women football, the women FIFA.
It's like
team.
seriously, if it's not a kitchen and you're not cooking in it, like why do I
Well,
want
no,
to
it's
fucking
like
watch?
one of the ladies.
I'm not like sharing this show with my friends.
It's
We've
like,
gone too far
like
already.
the ladies USA FIFA team. Like they're like, how do you expect women to play on artificial grass while the men eat the real grass? I was like, if the men were playing on artificial grass, that shit wouldn't fly. But this woman was supposed to fly with us, and nobody cared because you're like, oh, you're just one person. Your opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's like you do see it, and it's like it's fucking.
Oh, is that the FIFA thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome to the conversation.
Dude, if I was a woman, I would rather play on artificial grass because it plays faster.
Yeah.
So
Well, soccer's a slow ass sport.
And then they can
Exactly.
vacuum it after they're done.
yeah.
God damn it. Anyway,
It's me
anything else
vacuuming.
happened during the week there, Simon?
I don't think so, man. My son's still out of town, so my life sucks right now until he gets back. So, he comes back next week. Well, next week. I think that's about it, man. I think that's it.
Well, that's the end of the podcast, everyone.
All right.
All
So we're
right.
probably already like half
Moving
hour
on.
already or something like that.
Sure, Taylor. What was your week like?
So it was alright.
So fucking forced.
Yeah, I played a lot of video games over the week. I played Tembo the Badass Alpha for 20 hours.
Oh, how is that?
20
Fuck.
hours?
Yeah.
To me, okay, you've played both. You've played Guacamelee with me. Like, is it like
It's
Guacamelee?
different.
It looked like
It's
Guacamelee.
more like, to be honest, it's more like Sonic.
Tembo
Oh.
was like a almost like an Infinite Runner mixed with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep, that's definitely how I just played it.
Huh.
And then I played
How
Binding-
ironic! You play a fat, slow elephant who's super fast,
Yeah, I played Binding of Isaac for 20 hours.
which is awful.
You're now
Awful.
faster as a fat
And then I
elephant than
played
Sonic has been in the last 15
Gotta
years.
go fast.
I played about 8 hours of Fallout New Vegas. And then this morning,
How was Fallout New Vegas after
good.
all the shit you talked about?
It's good. It's different. It has different modes, which make it a little different, but the story's now is good.
Are you playing it on PC?
Console 360.
Oh, you're a fucking mouth breather right now.
Oh, fuck off. Anyway, this morning I had a nice little scare. I already told you about this, Simon.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
So
I think it's hilarious.
I picked up my mom from her work. We're gonna get breakfast, and we're driving.
Gay.
And my arm starts turning numb, and I start feeling pains in my chest.
Were you getting an erection?
No, I started getting short of breath, and my
Okay.
face started getting really pale. So I pull over, and she's like, "Well, what's wrong?" So I explained it to her, And so she grabs.
And then she go, ha, gay.
She grabs an anvil or an
An anvil. Holy shit, dude! That got dark quick.
And Wile E. Coyote came out.
She grabbed an aspirin and she crunched it up, and then she made.
And then she made you snort it.
Basically, she put it in my nose and my mouth, and she was like, so she didn't tell me what was wrong with me. So we go eat lunch or eat breakfast.
I mean, does she have to
could've
tell
probably-
you?
Yeah, I didn't know. As a person, like maybe it was a heart attack. So we're eating breakfast and we just finished up.
Where'd you? Okay, time out.
With
Where?
Dennis.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
classy.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
ahead.
that was her pick. I didn't get the shoes.
Classy.
Yeah.
Dude,
So-
Tyler almost died today. You almost died
Yeah,
today.
so she's like-
my day seems boring. It's
She-
like
she-
Tyler almost died of his own stupidity.
Well-
She was like, just to let you know, you probably had a heart attack. So lay off smoking for a couple hours.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
she said a couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we don't need the whole day. Don't go fucking nuts. But just from like 2 to 7, take it easy, okay?
So then I went home and like, I don't know if you guys ever had a heart attack or like a muscle spasm.
No, I can't say I have. I've had a muscle spasm, no heart attacks
But
though.
it kind
I
of
had like 3 yesterday, dude.
it kind of feels the same like
In
where
the
your
minor
body just
leagues.
like wore out.
Yes.
It's so tired.
Yeah, because you almost died. That's your body saying, hey, I almost stopped
But
working.
on the light side, I got a lawsuit.
You got a lollipop from the doctor.
Yeah, and I got a thing from a lawsuit where I'm getting free money. So.
That's awesome. I was looking in the mail for mine. I never got mine.
Yeah.
I'm
So
disappointed in
speaking
that.
of lawsuits,
Did you get one? 'Cause
I
you've
did
been,
get- I
you've
did get
been,
one.
did you
like,
send
for-
it back?
I haven't yet.
Yours is probably worth a lot of money
Yeah, because you've been there for like 75 years.
Mine
Probably
was-
more than
mine was
whatever you
like-
guys have, but
Mine was like nothing.
Mine
Why have I not got
Mine was
anything?
3 digits.
it's 3 digits.
Okay, so
Where's mine?
I don't know.
God
But anyway,
damn
speaking
it.
of lawsuits, did you guys hear about the lawsuit against Microsoft
No.
for the Xbox 360 causing the discs to scratch?
Whoa.
That's a defect. It wasn't a fault.
You mean the ring when the thing falls
Yep.
over, or you move
So
it?
that was a lawsuit that started in 2007. It just got pushed. Microsoft was trying to appeal
That
it.
sounds like a bunch of butthurt like GameStop customers.
But the thing is, they tried to appeal it, and the appeal court was like, no, it's your fault. You have to pay the bills. And the only way they can reverse this is by going.
They act like it's like a medical bill. It's like the cost of a
but
game.
The way they have to do it is, if they want to reverse it, they have to go to the Supreme Court, which I don't think the Supreme
So
Court.
wait a minute, it was in favor of Microsoft or in
No,
favor
no,
of the...
favor of the fans.
This is going to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court makes
So
a major
basically, the
decision.
Supremes are gonna deal
so,
with it.
No. Microsoft,
Gay marriage, Microsoft disc scratching.
Microsoft would have to bring it up to the
This
Supreme
freaking
Court.
country.
If you guys could see the smile on Shay's face
Oh,
right
man.
now.
No, Microsoft had to bring it up to the Supreme Court, and I don't think the Supreme Court's like, we don't have time for that. There's gonna be bigger things. So
Yeah.
if,
I'm pretty sure, because I bought an Xbox 360 at launch, that there was that little dumb sticker that was on the front of your little tray, and it told you not to move it while the discs were inside. Now, that was a bullshit thing by Microsoft.
That's freaking
to...
common sense. Why would you like move your console?
Well, here's the thing.
around while
Microsoft
there's
could have
game
spent
playing?
a couple of cents to put a little rubber stopper so that when the disc tilts, it would have hit the stopper instead of hitting the lens. They could have done that, but they said it was a couple pennies.
On that.
what I was gonna
Exactly.
say is that was the exact point given on the fucking article. Was like they could have done this. It was preventable, but they didn't. So that they're gonna say like they're gonna sue it. Anybody who bought a 360 will get refunded. What I'm guessing they're gonna do is just give you free shop XBLA.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna actually have money. It's just like it's me.
Which is such a cash grab because you're just gonna turn around and give it to them. Like
Yeah.
it's so dumb.
But
And
It's the
the
fucking
thing is
government,
that
man.
Microsoft isn't the only one guilty of this. Wii games scratched when people tilt the
Nintendo
Wii.
itself is a whole fucking scam. Like somebody should take Nintendo to court. Hey, I just bought a brand new $200 3DS XL, and you guys came out with a new one a month later. Fuck you guys. Seriously, like I mean, come on.
Well, I got to play that re-release of Xenoblade.
I
and
said the
fucking,
fourth fucking Xenoblade Chronicles.
Hey,
Binding of Isaac.
you
Here
got,
comes,
yeah,
guys. Here comes, here comes.
The two games that
The
made
Nintendo fans at the table are just frothing at the mouth.
It's
I was
like,
like, you guys mentioned.
He's about to have
Binding-
another heart attack right now. I swear to
think
God.
You have to you have to announce the Binding of Isaac.
Hey, I bought
Yeah.
fucking Streets of Rage 2 this week, so that was fucking worth. That was my eShop purchase. That was
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's kind of the same way Sony does whenever they get hacked. Like, there's like, oh, we're gonna give you free.
They're
stuff.
all are bad. Here's some
Yeah,
free shit.
yeah.
Hey, we
Here,
got
have
hacked
a
for the third
PS5.
time in 4 days. Let's give more free stuff.
But speaking of bringing asses to court, how'd you feel after that last week beatdown put down you, Simon,
What are you talking about?
from MKX?
Does this have to do with
You
the-
were up one round. I mean, fucking take it easy.
I'm just saying, man, I beat your ass.
You
Two
really
out-
and I beat your ass.
two
So
out of 3, I beat you.
again, 2 out of 3.
I'm
You
not-
went to a tiebreaker. You didn't beat anybody's ass.
beat
Did
You
that video
barely
go up
won.
on the
It-
channel?
I had to re-upload it because it fucked up.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. But anyway, did you go home and bully any women online because of the abuse I put on you?
I didn't. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't
Well,
bother me.
He bullied them. in real life.
What's funny is, I mean, really, if you want to put like balls to the wall here, As far as victories go, like, yeah, you kind of got
Your
me.
Smash was
You
still-
kind of got me in Mortal Kombat, a game that I'm okay at. I beat your ass at Smash.
Which I'm okay at.
Oh my god, you're way better at Smash than I am at Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Smash is not
But
even
anyway,
a game.
there-
so-
I mean,
Yeah.
but I really shouldn't even talk because honestly, I mean, Smash Brothers isn't even a game.
Yeah, you
know.
can't really. Anyway, there was a study online, a study from Russia, saying that like men who lose at video games are more abusive than women online.
God damn it!
Well, I wouldn't know because I don't have a woman to hit after I lose it.
No, they're saying like verbally.
Not a real one anyway.
Verbally
I have
online.
a digital one.
So like it's like if you're on a losing team and there's a female on the other team, like you're gonna pinpoint her out and harass her.
But it's tough now because there's so many kids playing that I mean, you think it's a woman, but it's really like a 9-year-old.
And there's
like,
plenty of guys like pretending to be women online
But-
anyway, so like you don't really know who the
this,
women are.
this study seemed kind of old for me because like they did 160 matches. Of
Did you search that on the dark web or the light web?
White web, red web. But it was
White web.
163 matches.
Now you're having,
Which is
now you're having a
racist.
stroke.
Listen,
Yeah,
we're gonna
heart attack
delete
stroke.
everything about you from this podcast if you keep going down this
So
direction.
anyway, it was 163 matches of Halo 3 they did the study over.
Okay.
So I'm like,
Well,
who-
that's one game. You
Yeah,
can't.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was.
But
reading
really,
this-
when it comes to shooters, though, don't you think? And I'm not saying this because it's the best. Don't get me wrong, but it's like when it comes to people playing it, wouldn't you think like the epitaph would be Halo? Like it only goes.
No, why would
it
it-
only gets worse from there?
Why wouldn't it be Call of Duty though?
Call of Duty, I would assume,
That
is
would be
like
the best thing.
absolute awfulest people play Call of Duty. At least Halo, there's a lot of guys who are our age that have been playing
Because most
Halo
people that play
since.
Call of Duty,
Yeah.
their balls haven't dropped yet. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
And the people who do play Call of Duty who are like, yeah, this game's awesome, I mean, they're really just douchebags. I mean, when's the last time you met a guy who's like, I love Call of Duty, I super love it, besides Frank Underwood from House of Cards, because he plays
and actually liked another game is what you're saying?
Not only that, I mean,
or we're decent people.
we're decent people. Name me a guy who wasn't a bro or a douchebag who like says Call of Duty's the best game ever.
I'm just trying to think about every pre-order I ever had for that game.
And try to find one that was a cool guy. That he walked out and you were like, I'd have a beer with that guy. None of them. Zero. You always walked out and you were like, man, that guy's an asshole. He drove a 5,000-pound car over here and he could barely navigate his way through the store. You know, what I mean, that's what it is.
So
Wow.
You know what's funny?
You
is
were hitting the nail so on the
Call
head
of Duty
right now.
never used. I mean, Call of Duty never used to be this way. I mean, of
No, it
course,
used to be about
of
World
course,
War
dating
II.
myself, you know how long I've done retail. Is that I remember Call of Duty 4, like the big game that turned the Call of Duty series into what
Modern
it was.
Warfare,
I
yeah.
remember being a
Modern Warfare.
very small release. You had a couple reserves, people came in and picked up Call of Duty, and that was it. It wasn't until like a month after month it sold that it started, getting that type of audience. That moved away from Halo. Because that type of audience used to be Halos.
Yeah.
And when that game became $5, it really hit the fan. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause all the
Oh
people
my
came in
god.
the store.
And then all the kids who couldn't read fucking
Yeah.
started playing.
basically, the clutch of the study was men who lose by towards a female.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we were talking about this.
Yeah,
Well, let's take it back to the dark here.
their masculinity was being challenged. That's basically what they
I
found.
tell you, that's
No.
a small fucking man right there.
Yeah, but that's the truth.
I think
though.
there's a little bit of something to that. Like I don't mind losing in video games. When I lose to my wife, it's like
extra.
it's I'm not as comfortable as when I lose.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why?
I don't know. It's just a thing. Maybe it's because I'm sexist. I don't know.
Hmm.
But mostly she only beats me in
You're
Pac-Man.
also white.
She only beats me in Pac-Man, so
and then he beats her all the other time.
yeah, that's correct.
As they're playing, he's actually choking her with a belt.
That's right.
It's just
That's why she's so good.
Yeah.
Because she likes it, so it makes her play better.
I didn't think I would get mostly I don't play.
This
I
podcast,
don't
I'm
play
definitely not showing this podcast to anybody.
I don't play shooters online because I mostly suck at them, but I do like Splatoon online. And I didn't think I would get salty about
Well, that's
that
not a game either.
That's not a game.
I mean, not only is it not a shooting game, but it's actually not even a real game. So.
Well, I mean, because the focus is not on killing opponents and it's more about covering ground and like getting territory, I feel it's a lot more accessible for someone like me who sucks at like shooting people
Yeah, I
directly.
totally agree with that.
But I still get salty when I feel like I'm paired up with a team. I mean, it's always random, but it feels like you're always stuck with shitty people, and there's nothing you can do. Even if you feel like you're carrying the round,
like your
and
shoulders hurt because you're carrying everybody.
Yeah.
and you just feel like you suck because the rest of your team sucks.
That was my
You
career at GameStop.
Wow.
Called all three of
You know what I
motherfuckers
do?
out.
What I do like that it doesn't matter. We could be talking about lava stones in Hawaii, and Taylor would somehow make it about him.
I'm pretty. That's a talent, dude.
I'm good at it. I tell you.
No one's denying that.
So, have you guys heard of swatting?
Yes.
Yes.
What's your guys' thoughts on that?
I think
I don't
that
know. Let's try it on us right now.
God damn it! I think why do I keep going first? Shay, you go.
Why don't you explain to the audience?
So
who's
swatting
listening?
is basically when someone's playing a game online, like on Twitch or like
They're streaming.
yeah, they're streaming, and somehow they get their information, like where they live, and then they call the SWAT, like saying like like the terrorist
This guy has a
attack,
bomb.
or this guy has a bomb.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Really?
No,
That's a thing.
So that's why you want
See,
me to
I don't
explain
play games online ever.
Okay.
Period. Except
So-
Do you read about games? This has been around.
no,
for
I
a
don't.
while.
I'm totally under a rock when it comes to
If it
online
doesn't have to
games.
do with fish,
yeah,
he's
that's-
fucking
yeah,
out.
Fish or Steely Dan.
Or
I'm out.
Steely Dan,
That's right,
he's
I'm
out.
Who is basically a fish? So
Yeah, I mean, he's Steelhead. Steely
What?
Dan.
Steely Dan.
You know Steely Dan's not a guy, right? It's the name of the band.
Yeah, the fish.
No, we're not 100.
I thought
How
Steely
would
Dan-
we know
Steely Dan
that?
was the name of a dildo in like a Philip K book.
Yeah, that's
Wasn't that
correct.
one? Yeah,
Naked Lunch was the name of the band.
Yeah.
God damn it. But anyway, so if you
I like how Shay's indignant that we don't know who Steely Dan is.
No, I
we're
didn't.
not
I'm just
100.
saying.
We didn't fight in
Look,
Nam.
look.
We don't know who Steely Dan is, okay?
It's pronounced Nam.
Well,
Okay?
Nam.
that's where Liz lost her tits.
This fucking podcast just got dark, man.
But anyway,
Oh my god.
So it's like these people, like they're trolls, like Nick likes to say.
Oh really? People call like the SWAT team to the house. They're trolls.
But like the thing is now, like cops, like it's one of those things where you can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to ignore that because what if it is true?
Yeah.
So they have to follow.
Well,
up.
I have heard that. I don't know how real this is or how much of an ego you have to do this, but I believe that you can actually call the police department or your local police department and tell them, "Hey, look, I'm a celebrity or a internet personality, and people might try and swat me. So before you come and storm my house with fucking machine guns and possibly shoot me,
throw me
call
in
my
the
house before you come by to, let
Verify?
me know if
Or you
verify."
could just like not make it known that you're a famous person playing an online game.
Well, here's the thing: you can't. Eventually, you get popular enough, and you have enough of a social network that these assholes do find out your personal info, and they do.
they start like by the way.
They probably find it on the dark web.
Deep web.
The deep web. Well, it's also known as the dark web.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sick of swatting. I wish it would stop. It's just like.
It's really, it makes you sad because it's gotten to the point where, I mean, do you guys remember when you used to like bring a game home and you put it in your Nintendo or your Atari or your ColecoVision or whatever?
Okay,
the
tell
fuck
about
it was?
NAM. Fucking
Yeah.
ColecoVision
What are you
and
doing there?
Atari.
You're making a reference to a 40-year-old game console.
Well, what I'm saying
I'm
is,
gonna call the police. They're using the game genie.
what I'm saying is, I mean, games used to be about getting to a point where it was like, it was fun. It was just fun. And I mean, it's gotten to the point now, which I don't want to sound like an old man where I'm like, fuck technology. But I mean, it's more of a fact where it's like, now you have it to a point where people are just assholes. Because
I'm totally with you on that too.
people are
Yeah, basically-
and we know because of what we do,
Right.
every ounce of fun out at 99.999% of the time has been sucked out of every product that you get.
Well, that's
by
what
the
it comes
time
down
you
to.
get it.
You have maladjusted teenagers whose their life is.
Maladjusted. That's $1 million.
Yeah.
That's the biggest
Yeah,
word ever used on
I
this
took
podcast.
journalism classes. Hey, you have fucking teenagers who the internet is their existence. The internet has always been there. It has always been their thing.
Yeah.
And to us who didn't grow, or maybe at least who didn't grow up the internet, I didn't get my lulls out of torturing people or making
swatting
people feel terrible
people or something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
So.
But this is a game
And
like,
not to
look, I
mention
have
that-
the power to look up their information. I'm going to be a dick and send the police over there, and it's lulls, but hopefully no one gets shot in the head.
Not to mention we've created this anonymous culture online with like Twitter and stuff where you can
And
say
the dark web.
sure, and you can say whatever you want just to get attention, and like the more extreme your actions get, like the more attention you get, which is ultimately what these people want, which is why swatting is a thing.
I think
Because
you're right.
yeah, I think it's a matter of like how extreme can you get and still be anonymous, and that's probably
Fucking anonymous.
But as long as you live in Finland, you can get totally off the hook. For
Fucking
thousands
Finland, man. They have it right. They let a man keep his privacy there.
Hey, I called in a bomb threat on someone, and they had to bring down the flight, and I jacked up his tax records and his credit. But hey, it's lulls. It's fine.
YOLO swag, dude.
So let's line this up a little bit. The creator of Devil's Third is calling players.
Time out.
Wait, hold on,
Keep going. No, let him finish.
The creator of Devil's Third is calling players that
I saw this story.
How much they suck at the video game, and that's why they think it's bad.
Did Devil's Third come out?
No,
In Europe and
In
Japan.
Europe, yeah.
that's not out yet.
Yeah, it is in Europe and Japan.
It's in reviewers' hands right now.
Yeah.
Oh, is
not
it?
us.
I was just gonna ask, like, where did Devil's Third go?
It comes supposed to be this year.
I remember like it was gonna come out and it was like all over the slides and
So
it was just like
what happened
they
was-
Hulk Hogan Devil's
They
Third.
did.
Pull it off.
In America, they
He
actually
just
did.
pulled it off.
It went up Hardgate's ass. And by the way, you should look up those old promo videos for Devil's Third and Hardgate.
So background, right? Like this game, I think was announced in 2010.
Yep.
Yes, and I thought it looked amazing. If you guys look at that trailer
Should've
back
been
then,
bigger.
I was like, this looks fucking badass.
THQ, I believe, was developing it at
Yes.
the time, and then THQ went out of business in 2012 or
Thanks,
whatever.
fucking Game of,
And it
Game
was-
of Wheel of Fortune. And
Yeah,
fucking-
thanks, Obama.
It was
Yeah.
bought. The rights to the game, I guess, or whatever the licensing was bought by Nintendo, and so they like continued
Which
funding.
Nintendo does what it does. And
They did
ruins
the same thing
everything.
with Bayonetta 2, and it was a big success because the
Yeah,
game was awesome.
don't shouldn't.
And who was part of Bayonetta?
Platinum.
And the thing is,
Right.
is that if you take the previews out of the work and you just look at the video, I mean, some of it looks janky, but some of it actually looks pretty fun. And they actually put a lot of ingenuity into the multiplayer. Like you have a base that you can make that other people can invade. There's fucking ones where you can pick up like food or like melons. You have to throw it into a basket.
But I think what you were going for was that this has never really happened before, where a game developer is calling out the people who are playing the game and saying, "No, you suck." And the game honestly looks really bad, and I don't want to play it.
Well, even
Oh,
hard.
God.
I was even reading
Shane,
an article.
where are we gonna get your happiness back?
What?
I mean,
You're never getting it
What
back.
are you excited about?
Nothing. Everything
So
sucks.
I was reading this article, and like there was like salt in the article.
Like I opened up the page and salt
Just salt
fell out.
poured
Like
out.
I don't know
So,
where it came from.
The game creator said this, and there's translation issues because he's Japanese, doesn't speak English. He says, "Guys, at least I was able to understand about the reactions. Devil's Third is the game which reflects the player's skills directly and vividly. This is the truth, or this is truth.
Okay, well, how come people don't say the same thing about Dark Souls and Bloodborne?
They do.
No, yeah, but it's not nearly as dramatic as the reaction to this game has been, which is everyone is saying it's bad. No, not everybody said Bloodborne was bad.
The guy who wrote the article said this. Yes, because those complaining about jumpy frame rate, poor hit detection, other antiquated design.
I have news for you. If your game has jumpy frame rate and poor hit detection, your game is bad. That's not a good thing.
But like the little sentence here is, are designs are to blame, even though those things fall on the developer goods. No, you're just a terrible player for not being able to control a broken video game. Then he said, this is going to make a few of us laugh. I had to say out loud. I'm still willing to try this game of the cult following and not listen to the critics. Kind of like God Hand, but not as good. And I was like,
Wait, who said this?
This article guy, I can't remember his name, but he said he's gonna still try the game even though he was shitting on it, and then it has a cult following like God Hand.
What's God Hand?
It's an awful game.
Okay.
I
I don't want to go off track.
God Hand is not a terrible game. God Hand is an awesome game. It's with very fucking obtuse controls that you have to get around in order to accept it.
See, I didn't like it.
How come we have to be okay with obtuse controls in a game? Why don't they just make a game?
Why do we have to make every game the same?
I'm not saying that it has to be like exactly like every other third-person action
That's
game
exactly
ever
what
made.
obtuse
I
would mean.
like-
is that it's
No,
different.
not necessarily.
I like janky games. I would probably say the jankiest game that I actually enjoyed was Bullet Witch. Bullet Witch is an early 360 game that runs terribly, has very poor graphics, but for some reason I just like the atmosphere and like the witch powers that she could use to like blow away buildings. I enjoyed that game, but that is not a good game.
I liked Odama on GameCube.
I have Odama, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
So-
I like Metal Gear
It's
Rising.
the
Everybody hates that
pinball
game.
war game where you use the microphone.
Okay. Why people,
Not making
That
it up.
sounds awful.
well, people, the thing is, like, even Platinum couldn't say that because Platinum had like 6 months to work on it.
On what?
On Metal Gear Rising, because I went through like 3 other
6
development.
months?
Or was it like a year? He went like 3 other development hands prior.
I liked Metal Gear. You know how many watermelons I cut?
He's
up
wearing a
in-
Metal Gear Rising shirt right now.
Ew.
It was good. I liked it.
I liked it. You cut everything.
Dude, the final boss battle was so fucking hype.
And here's the thing: if you watch the original Metal Gear Rising trailer, if the one that was originally going to be made by the Metal Gear guys, it would have been a much different game. It would have been a slower game that would have played like Snake, with a few moments of hacking and slashing, and then a lot of like sneaking around. It would have been a very different.
Did they ever get green light for a sequel?
I don't think so.
Oh.
And I, honestly, with Kojima Gone, I doubt they will.
Any of that's gonna
So,
happen.
what's your thoughts? We already went over this thoughts on Devil's Third. Kind of meh. I'm kind of middling on it.
I will wait till it drops to 20, and if it's enough, then I'll probably buy it.
I am totally off of it. A, because it's a Wii U game, but B, because when it was brought out, I was so fucking hyped. I was like, dude, this looks awesome. This looks like what multiplayer should have been for Ninja Gaiden.
It wasn't originally going to be a Wii U exclusive, right?
No, it
was
wasn't.
PS3
Yeah, it was a PS3 360, which of course was better.
And they showed 3 guys who was not this fucking bald guy with tattoos all over.
Exactly. It was like a ninja.
I don't know if
it was like a
running on walls and all.
Running on walls. There was like a hot chick. She had
Yeah.
like a samurai sword, and there was a guy who looked like just like a fucking like Yakuza guy. He had like a Hawaiian shirt on with a shotgun, and he just shot a guy, and the guy exploded, and then he shot him again, and he exploded some more. And I was like, that's awesome. And then at a certain point, like there's like a ninja, and he like runs and jumps off something. This guy has a Gatling gun, and he points it up and shoots him. I'm like, that looks fucking cool. And then I saw Devil's Third when I was working. I'm like, what the fuck did they do? Like, what?
For what it's worth, the second trailer in 2012 when it was revealed it was going to be Wii U exclusive was not bad either. It was
No,
actually
2014. It was just last year when they announced it was Wii U.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Last year was when they made the announcement it was Wii U.
Yeah,
So it's only been a year.
No, they did a trailer in 2012 too.
That was still the old. That was still
the old make with the ninja. In
No,
it.
it was still it's the bald guy.
It was a ninja.
I think he may have been in the game, but
Listen,
it was
I will
still.
fucking ninja
Well,
you
I'm thinking of a
right
different
now.
trailer then but that one looked pretty good too.
Goddamn right.
But they changed engines.
Why are you wearing a long sleeve shirt? It's 130 degrees
This
outside.
is what I wear now.
They
Why?
changed engines 3 times.
Why don't you just leave me alone?
Do you cut?
What?
Hang on, time out,
Hey,
everybody.
You want to
Do
check
you
my wrist?
cut?
You want to check my wrist?
I'm just
right now?
wondering why you have an insulated
We're
flannel
gonna check
long
his
sleeve
Tumblr.
shirt.
Because I like
it's
the way it
132 degrees outside.
I think it looks nice.
Oh my god.
Is the audio spiking?
You're
I don't
making
care.
me
No,
hot.
I have neighbors. I don't give a fuck about the audio. I just don't want to get kicked out the first 2 weeks of living here. God damn it.
I've had one oatmeal ale. I'm already buzzed.
So, let's have a little fun here.
Are we gonna go drinking after this?
Yes,
Yeah,
I am.
are we?
Yes.
Hurry up.
So, let's have a little fun here. Everybody,
It's already 11
How long have we done
o'clock.
this?
I
How
should
long
be
have
in
we done
bed.
we're on 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
So, everybody close your eyes. Think of a strong...
I'm not
I'm not closing my eyes
No.
around any of you guys.
Oh god, don't touch me.
So, think of a strong, independent female character.
Black woman.
And no, in a female character in a video game. Is she sexy?
Oh yeah.
Who's yours? Simon. Shay, you want to go first?
Yeah, go, because I can't think
Yeah,
of one right now.
Kazooie.
Kazooie?
From Banjo-Kazooie.
You fucking furry. Nick?
I mean, the obvious answer everyone I think is Alex from fucking Half-Life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simon?
See, I would say Trish.
Fuck
Tri-
all you guys.
Trish for Devil May Cry.
I'm saying Bayonetta.
Oh,
I
mean,
knew you were gonna
Bayonetta was
go Bayonetta.
obvious, so
Yeah,
I left that one
I was
for
leaving
you.
that one to you too.
I
Yeah.
would say Bayonetta or fucking either of the two chicks, Liara or Ashley from Mass Effect.
What about Moira from Resident Evil Revelations 2?
Yo, Moira's hot.
Moira.
Freaking Moira Burton.
No, the little girl.
The little girl.
How about
Sam!
How about the original Bayonetta? The fuck I don't even know if she had a name. The chick from Piano 3, that GameCube game, where like she dodges left and right and does that. Seems like she shakes her ass while she's fucking shooting beams.
You're talking about Blood Rain?
No. It's like this girl in this like this cyber tight suit. It was a.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Piano 3, yeah.
I think I think Andrew showed me that
So
game.
all of us besides Shay had a girl with sex appeal.
Shay, but Shay.
To be fair, I would have chose Bayonetta, except I knew you wanted to say.
Also,
Bayonetta.
also we.
So
all
I understand your
Hey,
point.
Kazooie has sex appeal. You just gotta look on Rule 34.
Ayo. He's the only one with a long sleeve shirt on after it being 130 degrees. Maybe he's just hot. I
Well,
don't know.
so they did a study of 1,400 teenage males. This was done this year. 41% of the middle school males said they were
He masturbated a lot.
41% of middle school males.
Only 41.
And 61% of high school males said they are done with over sexualized female characters.
They were done with the
They don't want them in the video games.
Because they want to see like hulky, busted out men so they can
You-
live out their gay fantasies.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Where were
which
these-
is fine.
Was these surveys conducted in San Francisco or a similar part of the
No.
Or in Nebraska
They-
and Arkansas where they're
Oh,
secretly gay and that's like.
But I thought it was real.
Which is fine.
Yeah, nothing- there's
I don't
nothing wrong with
want
that.
to want to say anything wrong with that.
The fucking Seinfelding up. But I was thinking about like when I was in high
Yes.
school, the girl that was like sexy, the girl I played with was Zoe from Left 4 Dead.
Excuse me. That's
She-
a burp on the mic.
That came out in 2020, was it 2008?
Left 4 Dead, yeah.
Yeah, so that was like the girl I was like, that girl was hot.
Oh, okay.
She was
Okay. The
listed.
black chick, right?
No, she's white.
Of course she's white. Yeah, there you go.
Because how dare she be black, right?
Out of all of us here, who's thinking minority?
Liz is just
That's
dark.
not
That
true.
doesn't make her a minority.
My wife is a part Mexican, okay? Just like
Liz is like
Simon.
unknown race. She's from.
She's unknown.
If-
She's that character like on House of the Dead when the book opens up and it just says unknown.
or wrestling, which she's a wrestler, be like from parts unknown.
I just like to say that in general, I am more attracted to females that have a strong personality.
Yeah.
So I generally tend to find them sexier than just like bland,
So you
boring
think
ones.
do you think Kazui's sexier than Bayonetta?
That Kazooie is an animal, so it's not really part of the
So, yeah.
situation.
But that's not the yes.
That's a
It's
very
a
flannelized.
It's a veil,
yes.
yes.
Okay.
But really, like I don't know. I think it's a non-issue.
You don't think it's an issue?
No, I think it's.
See,
a
I mean,
non-issue.
it is. I think of the polar opposite because whenever I can make a character, if I have the choice, I always make a woman.
Me too. That's like
I play a woman in Splatoon.
Yeah. Look at.
But here's the thing: are you a kid? Or are you a squid?
Actually, here's an interesting statistic for you. I read an article this morning. 76% of people played girls in Splatoon.
That's good.
So.
Because the girls.
Do you think it? Do you
I play
think?
as a girl.
It's better design.
Did you watch?
Do you think that we all secretly want to be girls?
No. Did you see the first?
I wouldn't
10
mind.
minutes
I
after?
wouldn't mind either.
Did you see the first 10 minutes of that?
Ow! Damn it!
Right in the lip, didn't it?
No,
It cut your lip
right in
right.
my tooth.
Did you guys see the first 10 minutes on the internet after Splatoon was announced? All that Rule 34 popped up.
What's funny? You guys talk about this. I have not seen any good Rule 34.
But just go on anything. Go and tell them to look up Rule 34 Splatoon, and you'll see it.
When you say good Rule 34, what are you referring to exactly?
He wants to see little girls that are very well.
No,
And
that's
the
the
thing about
exact
the thing
opposite
about
of
Splatoon
that.
characters is that the only thing that makes them squids is the ears and the fucking hair. Everything else is human.
And the fact that they
So
turn into
it's very-
squids, maybe that also makes them.
You
And
forgot
I
about
and I
that.
haven't seen that. That no one's gone that angle yet on the fucking Rule 34.
You
It
should.
exists.
Transformation.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But no, here's one of the things that they announced. One of the things like they turned to humans at age 14 to breed with humans.
That's
So
hot.
apparently,
It was made in Japan, of course, where the age of consent is 12. So I'm not sure. I'm not
And
sure.
royal parts of Japan, not all of Japan.
Okay. That's,
so spoiler
okay.
alert. Spoiler alert, everyone. I don't know. I haven't done the story mode myself, but I kind of spoiled it online for myself. So basically, the storyline behind Splatoon is that humans somehow died off. They like their overconsumers or eco destruction like got them flooded and killed, and then years later, squids took over the world, and they're now the dominant species. That's why the cities are still like human cities.
And
It's just
there's
squids
still
existing and
buses,
living.
like, driving around
yeah,
in the background,
squids
too.
just took over. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What an airtight story that is.
I thought of a good statement for this, and it was just like
Shoot it out.
Basically, video games are works of fiction, and they're not a big deal, and no one should be upset by this. And it's like, if you're gonna be upset by this, then why aren't you upset by 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
And that's one of the most sold books to any females.
Why aren't you upset by hookers in GTA 5?
They are.
Well,
I'll tell you what, not
But-
enough not to buy their kids the game.
But see, the thing is,
Yeah.
too, is like 50 Shades of Grey also like demoralized women. Like, have you guys read it yet?
I don't read those.
what do you mean?
books.
Have I read it yet? Like, are you implying that we're gonna read it in the
So,
future?
but here's the thing. Though,
Are you implying that none of us have gone to Reddit?
No. I'm saying like, if you're gonna complain about something, you have to read it. You have to experience it firsthand, right?
No.
Not for like gay sex.
Sometimes you can just look at something and go, no,
Well, okay, I mean,
that's a steaming
have,
pile.
Have you looked at the paragraphs of it, or like cutouts
No.
of it? Okay, so then you.
I have no.
It's very-
intention.
Just
to
from a
do so.
guy that like barely speaks English, it's very.
I speak English fine.
No, about me.
Oh, okay.
It's
Me
very.
speak
well.
English good.
it's very poorly written. Like I was like, I've read better smut on like Rule 34 threads or shit.
I've
like
seen
that.
better snuff films than I
Yeah,
have.
exactly. But I just think like, basically, I don't know, man.
What are you even talking about?
Were we trying to tie this back to the gaming thing? I
If
really
video
don't know.
games were real, I'd be out there looking right now for a girl who could use her hair as power.
If video games were real, I'd be catching Pokemon
Skullgirls.
right here instead of doing this. I'm dead serious.
Skullgirls,
I would totally be
goddamn it.
hardcore Pokemon trainer.
Take Skullgirls.
So, do you guys want to know about how well video games sold last week or last year?
I don't.
Wait, can I make a
don't.
guess? Can we
No,
play a
no,
game?
Not. We were playing
If
a game.
Onechan Bara did not make top, then I don't give a
Friggin'
fuck.
stop. Go
Onichibara!
away. Nobody cares
But
about
not which
Onichambara,
game,
whatever
but
it's
which
called.
genre of game.
Sure.
What
So,
genre of games
The,
sold
the
best
top
last-
8. So what was number 1?
Sports.
No.
No?
Nope. Nick?
Shooter.
Nope. Simon?
Wait, what are we
Oh,
talking
this
about?
probably
The
includes
top
like
genre
I know
of
it's gonna be
video
like
games.
it's gonna be like JRPG or something.
Did somebody already say shooter?
Yes.
Okay.
It's gonna be JRPG.
Nope.
I'll say. I'll say racing.
No. Number one was action with 28.2.
Okay,
People want action
Hold on.
games. I'm telling
What
you.
is an action game? Can you define that? Like, I feel like that's too broad of a category.
I'm guessing like an action game. Like they didn't have
like Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry is an action
You
game.
telling me that Devil May Cry and games that are
I didn't say that.
No,
I just said it's that type of game.
those genre games sold the most last year. Yes.
I find that incredibly hard to believe.
And then number 2 was shooter, 3 was sports, 4 was role playing, that was adventure, and then 5 was 2 spots. It was adventure and fighting, and the next one down would be racing and strategy. Racing and strategy.
Racing and strategy.
Yeah.
Or racing strategy.
So, do you guys believe like companies look at these studies and like, okay, well, we want to make a game towards that?
I think absolutely. I think for everything that we've done in retail and stuff like that, I mean, that's exactly what it is. Like companies are just big numbers. That's all they say is.
I need to get you on one of our podcasts, by the way, because we need to talk about this, like the business of gaming. We wanted to do that a long time ago.
Well, I mean, nobody calls me, so I mean, the thing is like. And I get, but I mean, now would be the time because when my son comes back, I'm going to be less available.
That's true.
So, but I mean, and that's the whole thing is like you definitely just see the numbers aspects. They don't care what the niche people want or what makes people happy. That's what we were just talking about. That's why everything that comes out is so just transparent because it's like, well, we can sell this because we've sold it before. Here it is, the new stupid, and it's like, yeah, like
Call of Duty.
Exactly. I mean, look at the fanfare around something like that.
I will give shit. I'll give shit of Call of Duty to Infinity Ward because they don't have any skill left. All their people are gone. Treyarch, they've got their shit down to a science.
Well,
it may be the kind of shit that we
talking
make fun
about
of, but Treyarch nails it. And the Call of Duty that's coming. There's going to be the Call of Duty that people have been waiting for who didn't care for either Ghosts or Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare.
I believe so, yeah.
I hear you.
And Taylor and I were talking about this on the way over to pick you up, Nick, because we were talking about how...
Because Simon couldn't pick him up, fucking loser.
Fucking piece of shit.
The Call of Duty is now, as we're down to a yearly release, but every other year is really when you get the good
It will
ones.
not be every third year.
Yeah.
There's 3 developers.
I bailed on all Infinity
Because
Ward ones.
there's Infinity Ward, and there's a guy who made Advanced Warfare, which is somebody else, Jackhammer, right?
Oh, I thought that was Infinity Ward.
Sledgehammer,
Well, okay.
and then Treyarch is the third one.
Okay, well...
So now they're doing 3.
Yeah,
I'm skipping next year unless they have something super fucking amazing that
I
blows me
want
away.
Give me a fucking World War II shooter. That's
Not gonna happen.
That's all I want. I want a fucking.
I mean, how good was World at War? That's what got me into this.
It'll be like a futuristic one where they go back in time to World War II with like futuristic weapons and they alter the timeline or some stupid shit like
Resistance.
God damn it.
I sold a copy of Call of Duty 2, and they asked me if it was a good game, and I said, kind of.
It's a Call.
No, I mean, because that was before Call of Duty was like a big thing. It was just like Call of Duty, and like no one really cared.
Well, I mean, Call of Duty actually was a big thing. I mean, the funny thing about Call of Duty 2 is that it was the best-selling 360 launch game, even though Microsoft totally like pipped the hell out of Perfect Dark Zero and wanted that to be.
And cameo elements of power.
And both of those games are going to be part of the Rare collection. God damn it! I gotta play
Perfect Dark Zero
$1
was in the Rare
$1
collection?
per game.
Are you
Fucking
fucking kidding me?
Yeah, Rare, Perfect Dark Zero, and that one.
So it's totally switching subjects because this is like one of the few things.
I forgot what we were talking about.
It doesn't matter. Battletoads. This doesn't have anything to do with games. So
have you got any prank calls from people who don't know that Battletoads is coming out in a couple weeks?
I did.
The thing is like when you're at First and Shields, like I shouldn't even say that. Sorry, edit that out. But when you're at your store, like you guys would get like on average about 10 to 15 calls a day. We get maybe 3 or 4.
I got a legitimate, real Battletoads call this morning. Like an actual.
Shut up.
Well, first somebody did you have that thing 30 games for $30? And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then after they explained, I'm like, oh. The fucking Rare replay. So yes, I had a legitimate, real. I'm looking for Battletoads phone call this morning.
The guy who I was working with today had the best one. He was like, and we get prank calls all the time, and most of them are bad. Remember the one that we got about the guy with the
guy with the Kinect?
With the Kinect.
That was a great.
But
one.
the one that he told me about today, he was like, yeah, he's like, this guy called me, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna come in. I just wanted to make sure. He's like, your boy put a game on hold for me, and he's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, your boy there, he put and he said whatever the game was, and he's like, well, who'd you talk to? And he's like, it was your boy, man, the guy that was there. He's like, I've been the only one been here. He's like, no, it was your boy D. And he's like, D who? He's all, D's nuts. And then he hung up. And I just said, got him. And he's like,
that's really
he's
good.
like, I couldn't even be mad at him. Like he just hella set me.
that was good. That was pretty good.
But
also, for your reference, as long as you don't say the name of the store that we work for, it's fine.
Yeah. But no, what I'm going back and forth because I don't know much about it, but I'm reading more and more about it. Is this Sandra Bland's case or whatever? I'm very much into conspiracy, and I know you guys don't give a shit.
Yeah, we didn't have
about
our
that.
tinfoil hat segment this week.
I know, right?
But the thing is, I'm not even going into that because I always take a second look at things. I'm one of those people, like, when I see a news story, I'm always like, that's probably bullshit.
Yeah, I just believe every dumb thing I hear.
Pretty much.
That's normal.
Yeah, you're the
For example, I don't trust them because right now they're emitting an NFC field that could be penetrating my brain and makes me want to buy
the
more
government is
MMOs.
listening to our conversation
believe
through
that.
Did you say
those.
Sandra Blanche?
Sandra Bland's or Bland.
Sandra
Apparently she
Bland.
got, there's video of her, she got arrested for really no good reason at all.
Oh, I saw that video.
Oh, isn't that herself?
What? No.
This is the black woman who supposedly killed herself.
Oh,
yes.
man. Oh, no, I didn't
She
see that.
hung herself with a trash can.
She hung herself in a trash can. By
You know, speaking
Not
of
the
this,
trash, the
The
trash can liner.
speaking of this, I know a person who works at the the prison.
That actual prison?
No, not the actual.
She wasn't in a prison, she was in a jail.
What we call Fresno County.
Actually.
Exactly, I know a person who works there.
Okay.
So they were saying that the things, all their stuff's recorded. So if they don't show up, then they need to suspect it. And then as well as audio recording, visual recording, there's 2 guards and 2 nurses everywhere.
Yeah.
And the things are the nurses and guards don't speak to each other because it's supposed to prevent that. So that way, this is kind of little spoilers here, so I'm not going to say where it was at, but there was a place nearby where there was a molestation of an inmate by a nurse.
And I mean, and the thing is, and that's what I mean, is like we haven't seen, this is easy. And this is what's really kind of crazy about it. Again, if you guys aren't into
I
this,
also think it's one of those things too, because you were the guy that was like, oh, that black guy got choked out, and like the cops killed him. It's the cops' fault. Where it turns out the guy was slamming his head into the back of the thing while the cops were driving.
no, that was that was the guy who was trying to sell cigarettes. They did choke him out right there.
But when they put him in the car, he was slamming his head into the back of the police car.
Yeah.
So that's his fault. It's not the police fault. You know, it's like the police.
No,
it is the police fault because they should have shot him to stop him from doing
exactly. No, but the thing is more.
I would like look at Tulsa, Oklahoma. It had one of the highest police rates until the police thing was like, if the person runs or looks like they're going to threaten you, can shoot them. The crime rate dropped down to like 10%.
Well, and I mean, and also, I mean, I'm not a. If it comes down to it, I'd rather be backing a cop than a criminal or somebody who's suspected of being a criminal. But the thing is that you really have to be careful because it's like, at what point? I mean, you look at this whole video, like it took place. Yes, she's not being compliant. Yes, she's not doing any of those things. But the scary thing about it is that could be you on any given day, depending on what your day has
I'm
been.
white.
Yeah,
So that won't be me.
Yeah,
me
no
and
doubt.
Shay are clear. Like,
Basically, who you worked with.
so here's the thing: I can't say the N word, but I can say, "Hey, Dad, how are you doing?" And
thanks for the warning, officer.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
no. There's one person who could say the N-word. They're just not on our podcast today.
Liz?
And we believe it.
Yeah, but no.
Liz.
The thing is, I mean, there's plenty. But see, then again, in your own point, I mean, to play devil's advocate to your own point, there's plenty of documented cases of police beating the shit out of white people as well.
Yeah.
It just doesn't get the exposure that the black
Because
cases
why
do.
would it?
Look at
Yeah.
the same day Trayvon Martin died. Another white kid died by a black person.
Yeah.
No coverage.
Yeah, no, but that's not my point.
But
Right?
here's the thing, though. It's like, is it just like common knowledge now, like or supposed common knowledge that black people are just criminals and that's what they do? But unless they're being abused by authority.
Wow, that sounded so racist.
But no,
We might have to delete you from all of our podcasts.
I'm
That's all I'm saying.
Jewish, so therefore
We'll have to
okay.
retroactively go back.
Yeah, fucking Hulk Hogan it up.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's not my point. You're missing the point of what I'm saying. It doesn't matter about that. What's kind of scary about it is that that's what this whole government country is built on. Is like, you're all Americans, I'm American, we all have our rights. But that's all just a big sham. I just can't talk when you have those ridiculous glasses on. But I mean, the thing is this: at any given time, any kind of officer with a gun can say you don't have any rights anymore, and lie about it and do whatever he wants. That's why. That's what the scary thing is. Because it's like, okay, at what point does that stop?
Yeah.
And that's what I was going into with this.
I completely agree with you. I think there should be a little more.
I mean, we've seen body cameras. I have yet to see a body camera on a cop that doesn't. That a cop that isn't dirty or being an asshole that doesn't liberate the cop. And I've seen plenty of videos where the cops are killing people, and I'm like, yeah, I would have shot that guy too.
Yeah. Well, it's just like they had back in the same state, that whole fucking, what was it, West Virginia, where that guy Michael Brown died. They had one of the guys that was like leading his fucking thing. They had him go through the course for gun training, and you know what? He shot more guys than the police officer did.
No, he died. He
Yeah.
died multiple times because he was like, oh yeah, no, I would. Okay, well, you'd be dead now.
Yeah, and it's like, you don't know. Yeah. It's just the same thing. Like when people try to shit on the soldiers, like they're killing innocent people. It's like you don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like
you're not there, man.
Even though how much I don't like the movie Sniper because it gives like
so dumb.
It gives a false.
That fucking baby.
Yeah. But anyways, that's how it was. Like you had to do it, or it was like like if I fucked up, like let's say all four were on a Humvee and I fuck up, like I miss a fucking easy daisy chain, all of us are dead, and it's my fault.
It's your fault.
And it's like, do you I don't know.
I know we just segregated like half of the show, and I do apologize, guys. I know this isn't that kind of show, but it makes you stop and think when there's something that should be as simple as this lady got arrested, she wasn't being compliant, whether you agree with that or not, she wasn't being compliant, and now she's dead. And it happened in a prison that, it's in a prison. There's cameras all over the place in prison for that reason, and we haven't seen any kind of video evidence saying, oh no, look, here it is, she hung herself. So,
this is a dark
topic.
topic.
They play devil's advocate to that is that there's a lot of suicide attempts in prisons. There's a lot.
Absolutely.
There's you don't know, like something just happened recently, where I'm not going to say names, where a guy just died, and it was like, fuck off, bro.
That scared the fuck out of me right now. That's the government. That's the government right there. I don't even know what that is. That's the government.
That's some fucking God damn it, Liz! So unprofessional.
We can just edit this part out. Actually,
stop acting like that.
I'll be honest with you.
That's your phone.
I
okay?
kind of like the way that kind of broke up the dark conversation because it's a good out.
It scared everybody.
Now we don't have
like
to
it scared everybody.
I'm freaking scared. Let's leave. Let's get out of here.
So anyway,
Government's
what happened was somebody had.
Are we going back to this? No, we're done. That right there, we're done. I'm not talking about.
I have one point I was going to say.
Oh my God,
so we're always worried about Big Brother, like government watching us. I think what we're going to do is we're going to Big Brother ourselves. In that, because we're so worried about police and government taking our rights away, that we're going to record everything. Everything is going to be streamed. It's going to go to a server. It's going to have a backup. You're going to have a daily log of everything that you've done during a day.
Fuck,
and
that's dark. That's probably right.
Yes. So we ourselves will become Big Brother.
Guys.
Stop. If you think about it, we're that way already.
Yeah.
How many Facebook posts do you see a day?
Exactly.
How many Twitter posts?
There was actually a post of a guy, like, he did, basically what he did was he went through, like, say you're like me, you're an idiot, you have Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
He could literally, like, log into that stuff if it was open. He didn't do any kind of, like, hacker shit. But he would just, like, open all your stuff, like, this is so-and-so, this is around me. And he would just, like, he'd know you, and he'd go up and talk to you, oh, yeah, you were doing this and this and this and this. And it was fucking scary because people are stupid. And I say that because I'm one of those people. But it's like, your information's so accessible already. I'm telling you this right now. Remember Metal Gear 2?
The bad one?
No.
Metal Gear 2 is renounced as the worst.
The one with Raiden in it, where they introduced
That's
Raiden.
2.
Is that 2?
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember the end of that?
No spoilers.
Do you actually remember what the Metal Gear was?
In the background, yeah.
Do you remember what the Metal Gear was?
I remember.
It was
I swear to God, if you spoil this for me, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, so basically it was
That's real.
It was a computer that controlled what
God,
people
stop it.
People saw and what they thought information was important.
It plays
Exactly.
into 4 as well, where the soldiers are like genetically enhanced with the computer chip in them, and when fucking Liquid Ocelot.
It was nanomachines. It wasn't.
Well, whatever. Where it was Liquid Ocelot controls the nanomachines, all the people are like, we can't do anything.
Well, they couldn't fire their guns because their guns were ID tagged, and so without it they couldn't fire.
But you know who saves the day? The guy who pisses his pants.
And with that, we're out.
So
I had the exact same thought.
Simon, where can we find you at?
My Twitter's great one. I don't know my own Twitter.
2133.
2133. I'm on. I don't want to do my Facebook. I'm on Snapchat, so you can snap me if you're sexy.
Is it Simon the Duck?
I think it's the same thing as
I should add you on
my
Snapchat.
Twitter. You should totally add me, dude.
So everybody, if you're listening,
hang on.
Send your dick pics to.
Yeah, it's great one 2133. So you can add me on there, and then yeah.
Nick's house is surrounded.
Yeah, you can do what he said.
Nick's house is surrounded in tinfoil. We can't really find him anywhere. Like I just walk around like, oh, there's Nick. And then I go.
As soon as we drove up to your house, by the way, I'm like, this is a house in the murder movie.
It is. It really is.
Right?
It's a dark
Yeah.
house.
Well, it's big.
That's why we make the joke that Nick has kids in his basement. He does.
We have the normal side of the house, and then we have the dungeon, or I call it the fungeon.
The fungeon. Or I'll kick you out of my fungeon.
So Shay, where we can find you at
Spiegelwee on Twitter, SPIGELWII, and of course all my other content, including an amazing birthday fish trip video on the ZB Network on YouTube.
Also, Shay got his birthday present from us.
That's right. These are amazing.
Hey, how old are you now?
22.
Are you 22?
Yeah, I'm 22.
You look a lot older.
Thank you.
But don't feel bad because when me and Liz go out, Liz is 9 years older than I am. They always think I'm the older one.
Yeah.
On
And
the
until
bright
you
side,
shave.
on the bright side, I haven't had a heart attack yet, so.
Exactly. We all have that going for us.
You can find me heart attack free on Twitter at JewBoyJustLover.
How long did it take for you to write that?
That was actually off the top right there.
Wow.
And then
As he closes his laptop.
fuck. And you can find me on YouTube at I'm basically saying this one channel. I can't open another channel.
It's Gangbanger69.
Gangbanger69 as well as Facebook at Gangbanger69.
That's right. We have a Facebook page. I forgot about
Wow.
And we
that.
have a
Definitely
Twitter.
like, subscribe.
Why can't I add you on Google Plus?
Leave your
You
comments
can.
about.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You have to,
Pinterest?
you have to have a Google Plus account.
Tumblr?
To
Do you have a
do YouTube.
Tumblr?
Yeah.
We don't have a
They're
Tumblr.
locking
What
everybody
the
out,
fuck?
making people get Google Plus. It's the
But
biggest
anyway-
The
scam.
fucking government, man.
The
Dang.
goddamn government. That's it. Everybody have a good night.
Bye.
I am a real